wanted to be involved in this camp because I'm very passionate about young people, especially urban young people like myself. I grew up in the city of Saskatoon, and I wasn't always immersed in my culture. And so I believe it's a really amazing opportunity for young people like myself to have that opportunity and to be immersed on the land and in culture with elders, among ceremonies, hunting, trapping, fishing, all of the things that our people are meant to do. And so I think it's a beautiful thing that our young people are getting to experience that, even if it's just for a short time.
I wanted to participate to learn more about my culture.
It's like a great opportunity to be outdoors, something that you can't really do in the city.
I hope to learn how to survival skills. That was always a fantasy of mine, is to grow up in the bush and live off the land.
It seems like a good opportunity to learn more about yourself and take part in ceremonies, stuff like this, and go to sweats. It just seems like not something you have to do, but something that'd be good for you.
I'm a hunter, and I hunt every fall with my mushroom and my dad. And I haven't tried trapping before, but my mushroom traps. So I kind of want to show them I know how to do it. Just surprise them.
If you're born in the city, I guess, or fostered, something like that, you can learn more about who you were, or your ancestors, I guess, and what they did to survive.
I hope I'll learn how to I don't know, learn some stuff about my culture.
I just hope to get as much information as I can out of this. I'm gonna go to every activity, every workshop. I just want to learn what it means to be First Nations.
I hope to learn how to fish. I want to learn how to skin a moose. I don't know how to skin a moose.
I didn't know anything about my culture. I didn't want the powwows or anything like that.
Since I'm from Orange, I'm already lived up north, so I know how it is. But I've never actually done cultural stuff, so I always wanted to. And so this is a great opportunity since I lived in Saskatoon.
How to say my native name. That's what I want to ask the elders, but I haven't got the chance to.
I like to learn more of my Cree and all that, language, so talk to elder about that, and learn about more trapping and all that, fish.
I want to learn a lot more about my culture because it's slowly disappearing.
I think I saw it on a lot of things sweats and ceremonies. You never have those in the city. It's all crowded and stuff. When you come out up north or down south, anywhere, it's just you go back to your reserve. It's home again, and you have the sweats and the ceremonies, all that stuff.
This is young people reclaiming their identity and finding the power in their ceremonies, in finding what it means to be Indigenous to these lands.
When we first did the proposal, it was for 4 culture camps, right, into the 4 directions. And so we have 2 more camps to do. We have one in the west and one in the east. And our hope is just that they realize they need to invest more in our youth. The purpose is allowing the youth to know who they are and where they come from. This is our second one. The first one we had was a huge success.
Why we're doing this for these young people, to live strong, healthy, sound lives, and to be proud of who they are. And I think these camps do a lot for them. It grounds them, it introduces them back to the land and the people that live on the land.
I enjoy these culture camps that Fsin runs. I have the privilege of them asking me to come be an elder's helper or a driver or just an helper around, and it's nice. I get to learn more about my culture, but also culture up north and different cultures from different tribes and stuff like that, and how they do their protocols and how they do their procedures of their ceremonies and stuff. And it was amazing to be here.
It was developed for urban youth who normally don't get the opportunity to have access to any cultural activities or language teachings, their culture and those types of things. So it was kind of give them some positive alternatives, you know, a week of getting to know some other youth across the province. And the purpose is that for them to come away with something that they've learned here, whether it be respect or whether it be teachings from the elders, or even if some of them are feeling that they're lost, you know, that they're not alone and that there are people out there that will help them.
And even though they might not be from these lands, the people that are here, the community and elders, they do a wonderful job at welcoming us and treating us like their own, and showing us everything that they do when it comes to trapping, fishing, skinning, tanning hides, and everything like that. All of these elders are very welcoming, and so it makes the kids feel at home, I think, and that's important when they're, a lot of the young people could be struggling with their identities. And so it's a great thing for these kids to have a chance at resurgence of their Indigenous identities.
I thank the leadership that supports us, right? We have great leadership at the Fsin that supports the work that we do, right? And the leadership from Chief Tammy Cook-Searson here in La Ronge, and the council, Gerald from Grandmother's Bay, and all the elders and all the resource people. You know, it's just amazing. The community took over the planning. You know, all we did was said, we're coming, and they took over all the planning, you know, and I really thank the community of Grandmother's Bay.
We need to tell people, look, Grandmother's Bay is rich in culture, and we need you, you know, to come and learn. We need you to come and learn with us. You know, we'll teach you and you teach us your culture as well. And together we work as a team, and we teach our children in the future, for the future.
Well, I really like being on the land, and so that's what I wanted most from here, as I wanted to take as much as I can from the land. So I learned how to trap. I learned how to get a bunch of fish from the nets, and then I got to learn from the elders there that were at the camp who are from here, and I was just really grateful for them to teach me and be able to be out here.
Well, my favorite teaching, probably the ice fishing, and learn how to use the jiggers instead of netting onto the ice. That was pretty cool. I've never seen anything like that before.
All I did this week was trap. We went out on skidoos. We roamed all over the place, set traps, looked at traps, caught some stuff. Oh, I loved it, every minute of it.
We showed some of them how to fillet fish. Some of them got a handle of it. The others were watching, observing. Sometimes when they observe, they catch on really quick. One of the young guys, he caught on really good. Yeah, this fish, you see. He started off bad, but now he finished off almost perfect. So that's good, what he learned.
It's a healthy lifestyle. It's health and active. We want to be active as much as they can. And outdoors, be outdoors. On the outdoors there, instead of sitting inside the house watching the screen. Get them out of the screen as much as we can. I've been teaching these stretching and skinning animals. So we did the otter, the fox, marten, and the lynx so far. But we'll probably be doing a mink, because he got a mink this morning, but it's frozen. You can't skin a mink when it's frozen.
I hope to sing, learn to sing, because I like going to round dances and singing. Hopefully that'll be done tomorrow or maybe even tonight. Round.
I want to learn how to bead. That's something I want to take home with me for my mom and my sister.
Well, I think that self-identity and that spiritual component has to be part of their lives, and a lot of those young children, it's completely vacant, and they're well physically, mentally, emotionally, but that one component is missing in a lot of them. That's that spiritual component, and that the history of our people indicates that that's where all our knowledge comes from.
Well, I went to the moon ceremony, and it was a lot different from the other moon ceremonies I've been to, so that was really special.
My favorite teaching was the moon ceremony because it helped me understand more about who I am.
My favorite teachings was the full moon ceremony and the teepee teachings.
They miss out on like a lot of things like sweats and like ceremonies. You never like have those in the city. It's all like crowded and stuff. Like when you come out up north or like down south, anywhere, it's just you go back to your reserve. It's like home again, and like you have the sweats and like the ceremonies, all that stuff.
Our kids that are coming now, they're very gifted. They are very gifted, and it's our duty is to help them reveal their gifts. I wanted to do women teachings, to talk about the different stages of a woman, their cycles, and how we're connected to the moon, and the story behind that. I usually tell the story behind the ceremony and how it came about. It's to have that respect, not because boys are being favored, it's because you need to have that respect for another human life and how sacred you are as a woman and where your spirit sits.
I'll be doing a sweat, I think, tomorrow for them. But the spiritual component of who they are, like for Crees, there's 4 things. There's the physical being, mental is your thought, emotion usually comes from the heart, and then there's a spiritual component. And a lot of the young people don't have that spiritual component because they're not taught it, they haven't been exposed to it. It's not really their fault. And this kind of gives them an introduction to that, and they can continue on after they're introduced to a lot of this stuff. The other important thing is the language, and where does it come from? And that was something that was given to us from the Creator. Our way of life has really deep meaning.
There's 4 rounds in a sweat. The first and second round was pretty easy. The third round was kind of difficult, but the fourth round was pretty hard. It got more hotter and hotter, and it almost felt unbearable. I had to breathe through my cloth, but it was a new experience learning how to like endure that and like pray, be strong.
The sweat is the most interesting to me because it's seen as like to cleanse your spirit, right? To cleanse your soul, and I just feel like I need it right now. Yeah.
Showing the young people how to pray and teaching them how to pray I think will be life-changing no matter what for each and every one of these young people. And I hope they continue to pray and use that kind of sense of Indigenous identity for the rest of their lives.
Respect is the biggest one. You know, giving them the opportunity to look at what's here and respecting what's here, taking that home and hopefully, you know, implementing those values into their lives.
I felt like it didn't belong because everybody knew their culture and stuff, and I was just like, I've never been taught my culture in the past before. And now I can talk about it like confidently without telling people the wrong things. So yeah, it's awesome.
I think that it like opened my mind and like made me grow inside more. You know, like you always have that kind of missing piece inside where you feel like it's empty, and like when I was here the whole time, it just felt full.
My teachings were when the elders speak to us and when we're all talking there. That was pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot, where they were talking to us about today they're talking about the medicine wheel and all that, about like their stories, how they went through life and all that. And then the trapping, that's pretty fun.
And it's a great experience. I recommend it to everybody.
I would like to come back to the camp to learn more about my culture and to make more friends.
It's more of like a camp where you get together and you make friends, make bonds, make a family, and you do stuff with your family.
And I really appreciate FSIN for doing this for our youth.